Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what time you're watching this video. My name is Mora Maina. I'm a registered dietitian and I help people to positively shift their relationship with food and their bodies. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be discussing or rather answering some of your nutrition questions that you normally ask. So I'm going to be answering all of them so that at least you can be able to separate facts from fiction, because I know if I ask around 20 of you to tell me which kind of a diet do you think is healthy, I know I'm going to get like over 25. I'm going to get over 25 answer of the best diet. So today we are going to separate the facts from fiction. So, and most of our concerns are usually the do's and the don'ts. What you need to start eating, what you need to stop eating, and what you need to quit eating. But by the end of the day, you'll get to realize it's not a one size fits all, and everyone needs to work according to what they can be able to work with. And in another video I'm going to be talking about mindful eating, so that I can be able to better explain to all of us how to go about when it comes to the foods that we eat. So to get us started, the first question is going to be, do I have to cut carbs to lose fat? Carbs has been demonized out there. Most people are running away from carbs in the name of it's making them fat. First of all, you need to understand carbs is one of the most preferred source of energy for the body, and especially even during exercise and any form of physical activity. And once you take the carbs, you're able to even burn the fat as well in the process. I'm not disputing that if you avoid carbs you're going to lose weight, but are you going to lose that weight in a more effective way? So to answer you whether you should avoid carbs or take carbs, first of all, you need to understand you need a balance of all these macronutrients, that is the carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. And when it comes to taking carbohydrates, choose minimally processed carbohydrates. Try to take as much natural as much as possible, whole grains, legumes, nuts and seeds. And with that you can be able to achieve that healthy weight that you're trying to get. But avoiding carbs altogether will not necessarily make you healthy, because even these carbs come with other micronutrients that the body needs to make you healthy. It's one thing to lose weight, and it's a totally different thing to lose weight in a healthy way possible. The next question is a funny one. Someone asked, or rather, some people ask, is fruit fattening? Um, is fruit fattening? I've seen diets that restrict fruit intake or encouraging people to take low sugar fruits. So, but the question is, do you think the people who really struggle who struggle with the weight ate way too many bananas or some apple or oranges to the point that they became fat? As much as I understand, we have people with different conditions like diabetes, PCOS, who might want to check on their fruit intake, especially the ones that come with the natural sugars. That one I understand. But everyone else, do you really think that it's the fruit that is really making you fat? So instead of you avoiding fruit or avoiding the sugar that comes with fruit, first of all, fruit is a whole food. It comes with fiber that is good for your digestion. It comes with micronutrients, the vitamins and minerals, a lot of it. Okay, so instead of you completely getting rid of the fruit, why don't you give it an actual chance and be able to enjoy all these benefits that come with fruits? So fruit is not the enemy here. You are not fat because you ate a piece of fruit or even a whole fruit. You are maybe probably fat because you ate too many of other things, but not necessarily fruit. Think about reducing added sugars, processed sugars, before you can actually worry about your fruit intake. Does that sound better? Yes. So here comes a more interesting one. I've worked out for an hour, so now I can have whatever I want for dinner or lunch, right? First of all, you can never out exercise a poor diet. That's one thing. And for you to lose weight, you need to be on a calorie deficit. Okay, calorie deficit means you need to, whatever you eat is supposed to be less than how much you work out. So you need to work out more and eat less. Yeah. And for you to do that, you don't necessarily have to go on extreme dieting for you to be able to eat less. So it's coming from a place of, if you used to eating 2 plates of ugali, today you're eating one, and do that progressively as you continue working out, or rather as you continue doing your physical activity. And most of the time people underestimate how much they eat and overestimate how much they work out or they're into physical activity. So you might find this an hour, you might be working out for an hour, but were you really active for that entire 1 hour? So sometimes we overestimate how much we work out and underestimate how much we eat. So sometimes you can be working out and not necessarily losing the weight because you are not on a calorie deficit, and you can find yourself working out in the gym for a whole month, but by the end of the day you don't see any changes on the scale. Okay, so in that case you cannot out exercise a poor diet. You don't, just because you worked out is not an excuse for you to eat whatever you want. You constantly need to keep fit all the time, exercise all the time, at the same time eat healthy. And if it's weight loss you're looking towards achieving, then you need to reduce that food gradually, if at all you don't even know how counting calories looks like. Another one is, how can I lose my belly fat? I'm sorry, you can't. Those internet ads they sold you, yeah, those products they sold you, it was all a lie. You cannot lose just belly fat. You cannot add just the bum bum. It cannot happen. Yeah, so you cannot sport train. You cannot be training just your tummy alone for you to be able to lose the belly fat. So when it comes to fat loss, or rather weight loss, you lose that fat generally. Yeah, it's going to, and whatever you're going to see is more, yeah, it's more of who you are, but a smaller version of you. So you cannot really say that, I want to lose belly fat, I want to lose the back area, the arms, and wherever. You can never sport train. So if anything, if it's weight loss you are looking towards achieving, then be aware of the fact that you're going to lose the weight generally. Yeah, it's every part of the body will remain the way it is, the shape will remain the way it is, but a smaller version. Okay, so in that case, if you really want to have a more toned physique, then in that case you can do strength training to be able to make your muscles a bit, to be able to make you a bit more toned. So why is healthy eating so expensive? I hear this all the time. You can actually save up on your grocery bill when with proper meal planning. At the same time, you can be able to save on your future medical bills by eating healthy. When you talk about eating healthy, we are talking about eating unprocessed foods, as natural foods as much as possible, drinking water. On the other hand, when you're talking about unhealthy foods, you're talking about processed foods, the ones that most of the time we buy on the shelves. We are talking about alcohol consumption, which I don't think is cheaper. We are talking about intake of sodas. Yeah, we are talking about intake of too much of these unhealthy foods. So when you compare the two, the price of one bottle of beer, it can easily buy so many different types of fruits. Let's say it's 300 shillings to buy a bottle of beer. How many fruits can you be able to buy with just 300 shillings? Okay, so when you try to compare the two, I really don't agree with people who say that healthy eating is expensive. And sometimes we find ourselves that we are simply eating too much. Okay, you're eating more than you're actually supposed to be eating. So instead of you saving up that extra food that you're putting into your body, which eventually is going to be stored as fats, we should be able to store it, or rather keep it for future intake. Okay, does that make sense? So healthy eating is not expensive. Those are the questions I had for today. I think we can do this more often so that you can be able to demystify some of these myths and misconceptions around foods in the future. We'll try to do it more often. Thank you so much for being here, and see you in the next video. Bye.